the temple to Solomon's old temple. Haggai says, where are you? The voices among you that keep saying that this temple, in comparison to the temple of old, is nothing. Where are you? He starts to address the folks that always want you looking on how things used to be. I know you don't have none of those folks in your life. I just remember before you got saved, it was fun. I mean, you just used to do stuff. You're so bored. He starts addressing those folks. Those folks that want you fixated on the past. Because as long as I'm looking backwards, I can't see forward. He begins to address these folks. You're concerned with the decor of the temple. You want to know where all the gold and silver are. You want to know where the purple fine linen is. You want to know where the olive wood is. But God says, no, I'm not concerned with the decor of this temple. He says, I'm not concerned with those outward things, because I'm getting ready to produce a glory in this temple that cannot be compared to the temple of old. Tell the person next to you, there's glory getting ready to be produced inside of you. And I know everybody else is looking on the outward because your car don't match the glory that's getting ready to be released, and your house don't match it, and your bank account don't match it. But tell them God's not concerned with the minor details. He just wants you to get glory. That's what I'm after in this season. I'm after God's glory. He says, there's going to be a glory in this temple like never before. You won't be able to compare it to the temple of old. There are three problems with Israel. I call them the 3 P's if you're taking notes. The 3 problems. First is their perspective. Their perspective is jaded. Second is their priorities. For 15 years, they've let God's house lay in ruins. But they built their houses. Their perspective is jaded. Their priorities are messed up. And their purpose is in limbo. 3 P's. And God says, you're concerned about the wrong things. He says, for 15 years, you've been busy doing nothing. Jesus. I want to talk to the folks that when you account for your day, after you've worked, after you've answered emails, after you've text messaged and Facebook, and eat dinner, and look back on your day and find that you have been busy doing nothing. You've done nothing to impact the kingdom of God. God is looking at his people saying, you've been living day to day, life as normal, in a routine, but you've been busy being unproductive. You're concerned about the wrong things. He says, I'm getting ready to produce a greater glory. Second thing he says is that I'm with you. Look at somebody and say, he's with you. He tells Israel, I'm with you. What does it mean when God says he's with you? What does that mean when God himself says that I'm with you? Please understand, my brothers and sisters, that it does not matter where you are as long as you're with the right person. I could be in a neighborhood I'm not familiar with. I could be lost, but if I'm with a person who knows where we're going, I'm okay. I could be in danger, but if I'm with somebody that can protect me, I'm all right. I could be in a sick room, but if I'm with somebody that can heal my body, I'm with the right person. I'm all right. I could be in a courtroom, but as long as there's somebody that can handle my case, I'm all right. Tell somebody it's about who with you. The Bible declares, lo, I'll be with you always, even until the end. He says that when my mother and my father forsake me, that the Lord would take me up. He moves a little further, and David says that, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I'll fear no evil, for thou art with me. Tell somebody he's with me. That's why I can shout in the midst of all the hell that I've been going through, because God's been with me every step of the way. I don't know where the money's coming from. I don't know how things are going to work out, but I know that he's with me. It does not matter where you are in life as long as you're with the right person. Ask the person next to you who you're with. I've been with some folks that'll leave you high and dry when you don't have nothing. I've been by some folks who will leave you, who will forsake you. But if you learn how to roll with the right people, you'll be all right. Slap somebody, high five, and ask them who you with. Who you with? That's why you look so defeated. That's why you look so broken, because you're with the wrong folk. But if I'm with, he says, if he's with me, tell somebody he's with me. He's with me. He's with me. There's been moments I dragged in here, couldn't even utter a word, but he was with me. There's been moments I had to eat a $5 footlong and split it for 2 days, but he was with me. There were moments I had to rock my kids while the lights were out. But if I'm with the right person, I'll be all right. I could be surrounded by death, but if I'm with the giver of life, I'm all right. Tell somebody I'm with the right person in this season. You need to take inventory of your life. And all those jacked up folk that ain't doing you no good, get rid of them. And say, it's time for me to roll with some folk that I can benefit from. God says, I'm with you. He says, stop being discouraged. Stop walking around looking defeated. Stop being content with losing. He says, because I'm with you. I want to show you one more thing. Go with me to verse number 6. Because it's here where we will conclude our text. I told you I wasn't going to be long. The first chapter, mother, he motivates them to begin building. Deacon, they're only motivated for 3 weeks after the prophet speaks. I started laughing here, mother, because I saw the condition of the church. We are always motivated right after the word. But then we become so emotional that we don't allow the word to settle and deposit in our spirits. And so what the enemy does is he says, I'm not impressed with your dance. I'm not impressed that you ran. I'm not even impressed that you came to the altar, because as soon as you leave here, the enemy's going to start sweeping that stuff up. He's going to sweep that word right out of you. Somebody's going to cut you off and they're going to steal that word from you.
That's so true.
They're only motivated for 3 weeks, and then they say, we don't want to do this no more. They're only interested in a fix. We've come to a critical place in the church where people are only coming for a fix. It's a gas station. We come just to get what we need and we leave. And so what the enemy does, it's hard to keep you motivated, because you're just after a high. I just want that feeling. And then I'm right back into the same habits, the cycle, the circle. You've been in the most anointed services. You've been prophesied to over and over again, but the circle continues. I can't get no help this morning. He said, how long will you allow the pattern to continue? says, you're concerned with the wrong things. I want to produce glory in you. Then he affirms them by saying, I'm with you in this season. I just want to release that in this atmosphere. God says he's with you in this season. Because if God be for you, who can be against you? Verse number 6. Verse number 6. He says, for thus saith the Lord of hosts. He says, yet once it is a little while. He says, I will shake the heavens, and I will shake the earth, and the sea, and the dry land, and I will shake all nations, and the desire of all nations shall come, and I will fill this house with glory, saith the Lord of hosts. I just want to release this in the atmosphere this morning. Tell somebody next to you there's a shaking getting ready to be released into your house. There's a shaking getting ready to, oh my God. There's a shaking getting ready to be released in your house. What does it mean when God begins to shake some stuff up? High five somebody next to you and tell them God's getting ready to shake it up. That's all right. I dare you to jump up out your seat and tell him he's shaking me. He's shaking me. I dare you to jump up out and say he's shaking me. He's shaking it up. He's shaking it up for me. There's some things that happen when things start shaking. Yeah, there's some things start happening when stuff starts shaking. One of the things, Deontay, that begins happening when a shaking occurs is that there are some items that are destroyed. I came to preach to somebody who's been warring against the same thing year after year. And I came to tell you this morning that God's getting ready to destroy the thing. He's getting ready to destroy the thing that seemed unmovable. The thing that seemed like it would never get out of your way. God's getting ready to shake it up. Tell somebody next to you, God is shaking it up. He's shaking it up right now, right before your eyes. The second thing that happens when a shaking occurs is that there are things that become rearranged. What does that mean? That means that there were people in front of you that were next in line for the blessing and the miracle. But when God starts shaking it, the first has to become last, and the last has to become first. Jump up out your seat and tell somebody, I'm excited because God has released a shake anointing into my life. There's a shaking getting ready to be released into your house. That's why I'm not tripping over all the folk that been talking about me. That's why I'm not tripping over family members that keep hating on me. That's all right, because God's getting ready to start shaking some stuff up. And if you keep talking about me, he might move you too. Tell somebody I'm encouraged, because God is about to shake it up and cause it to work for my good. One of the things that happens when the shaking occurs